Welcome to today's Commodore Call. I'm Brynn Foley here with Michael Tricarico. We are away at Eldridge Park against the Orleans Firebirds. Now, on the mound tonight, someone new. It's going to be Joseph Camacho out of Alabama State. Michael, let's talk about him a little bit here.
He had a 12-0 record at Alabama State, a 3.84 ERA, a guy who, according to some of the coaches, the plan was to use him as more of a middle reliever, a bridge guy to some of the closers, but plans change sometimes, and Camacho was a guy who was a very capable starter at Alabama State, an undefeated record. The ERA a bit elevated, 20 walks to 76 strikeouts though, so a guy that not only can he pitch to contact, but he can get those strikeouts, doesn't walk a lot of batters, something that's hurt this Falmouth pitching staff in the past, so something to look forward to for today.
It's been a tough stretch of games for the Commodores, changing up the lineup here a little bit. What did you notice out there?
Well, the first thing that jumps out at you is J.J. Matijevic, who's been the hottest hitter for the Commodores, is leading off. J.J. over the last 10 games batting .400, and while he's got that power to hit guys in, normally you'd see a guy like him batting 3, 4, or 5, where he's been in the 5 spot almost the whole year. It doesn't help when no one's on base. So you got to get a guy at the top of the order who's going to get on base, and J.J. Matijevic has been the guy to do that. The other thing that jumps out is a new batter in the lineup, Connor Costello, a guy who has been a pitcher but has hit in the past. He hit at Oklahoma State. He hit previously last year when he was with this Commodores team, and he's going to hop in the lineup for the first time this summer.
So a guy who's usually in the bullpen tonight in the dugout, and we caught up with him here just a few minutes ago at Eldridge Park.
Joined pregame by Commodores pitcher and now designated hitter Connor Costello. Connor, thanks for the time.
Thank you. Yeah, good to be here.
Batting for the first time this season, what's the anticipation like to do that?
I mean, I hit pretty much all last summer and all that stuff, so I'm not very nervous or anything. I'm just going to go out there and just try to put a couple good swings on it and do what I can to help the team. So,
what's changed from last year to this year?
Well, mainly I've obviously been focusing more on pitching and stuff, but hitting BP during the games and just kind of keeping my swing right. But I'm just going to go up there with a mature approach and just try to see what I can do with it.
Why the focus more on pitching?
I just feel like the future kind of holds for me is more so pitching. I don't know. I feel like my role as a pitcher this next year is going to be a little bit more significant, so just work on that a little bit more. So,
speaking of the future, article came out today. You will be staying in Stillwater, returning to Oklahoma State instead of going to the Pirates, the team that drafted you. What went into that decision for you?
There's obviously a lot, but obviously I appreciate the Pirates for drafting me and stuff, and it was an honor to be drafted in the MLB draft, and that was just the best decision for me, and I'm excited to be doing it. So.
And what do you want to continue to work on the rest of the summer and moving forward in the next college season?
Just getting better every day. Just the little things. Just honestly anything I can, whatever I'm working on that specific day, just kind of work on it and just get small, kind of increase over small amounts of time, get better, and just do what I can to help the team. That's all.
What are those little things that maybe the coaching staff has been working on with you?
Yeah, well, like from a pitching standpoint, probably like working maybe more on my slider a little bit more and getting a little bit more of a wipeout pitch, maybe to get some more strikeouts and stuff like that. But just going out there and competing and doing what I can to just better myself. So,
Connor, thanks for the time.
Thank you very much.
Connor will be in the lineup. He's the 6th hitter and the designated hitter for the Commodores today against the Orleans Firebirds.
Hanging out at the Chocolate Sparrow here in Orleans for some much-needed coffee, and Brynn Foley here is going to tell us a little bit more about this cafe.
All right, Joe, for today's Commodore Minute or so, we are at the Chocolate Sparrow in Orleans. It started in 1989 as just a chocolate shop, and they developed the idea of making fine chocolate, pairing it with coffees from around the world, making this one of the most well-known coffee shops in the Lower Cape, and one of the best. I mean, it's a great place to connect, and they combine fine chocolates, desserts. They've developed into sandwiches, snacks, and it's just a great place to go. It's kind of like a Starbucks, but a more local version here in Orleans, and that's great. What did you get here? We just walked in.
I went with the regular iced coffee, but I know you got something a little special.
I got the cappuccino because I needed it for tonight's game. It's a later start at 7.
Yeah, 7 o'clock start, but hey, this will certainly help.
Definitely, and that's it for today's Commodore Minute or so. All right, Michael, coming into tonight, Falmouth faces not only the #1 team in the East Division, they're the #1 team in the Cape League. How does Falmouth get the win here tonight?
I think it all comes down to the hitting once again. You look at this Commodores team, went 21 straight innings without scoring a run over the last 4 games, 2 runs scored in the last 3.5 games, so it's scoring runs. It comes down to blatantly that. You can bail out some rough pitching with good hitting, but it's tough to bail out bad pitching or bad hitting with good pitching. So from a standpoint, JJ Matijevic leading off, he's got to get on base. He's a guy that's done it, continue to do that against a really good pitching staff that Orleans has, and then the other guys have to come through because Matajevic's really carrying the load now. Heath Quinn has done the same throughout the year. Who else is going to step up? You got to look for who else is going to step up. Is it going to be guys like Evan Scout, Andrew Snow, who only has 2 hits this year, maybe at the bottom of the order, have some production. So it's just the other guys who need to start stepping up and hitting guys like JJ Matijevic in when he gets on base.
And we'll certainly find that out tonight. Game time in Orleans, Massachusetts, set for 7 o'clock. You can check Firebirds and Commodore action beginning at 6:45 on Ustream.